Welcome. It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. Uncharted. Just seen the film. It's a very interesting movie because I know of the movie. Well, know of the movie based on the video game. Now, from what I understand, there's four parts really, and other people, what I've learned today is there's more than four, but just they have different versions or whatever. But it's a Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones type, modern style. If Indy's son would have taken over, this probably would be the route he takes. Now, you have the story where this movie takes place, kind of continuing where part four was A Thief's End. Now, I've watched my friends play the Uncharted and watch some of the stuff that they do, and it's pretty cool. And some of it you got to really think to get past these certain obstacles or puzzles or mazes to get through in the video game. As it translates to the movie, they get through it kind of easy. You know, everything was kind of simple when it came to the obstacles. They just kept it simple. Now, I don't want to go back from game to movie, game to movie, game to movie. I don't want to do that because that's unfair. So just viewing it as a action movie, period. They start off with the scene that you see from the trailers where he's hanging out of the airplane, and then they cut back to the beginning, which is actually part of, there I go, going to the game, Uncharted 4, where they go to the scene where him and his brother are young, and they're in the orphanage, and they're going through the treasure and the story of the map that's on the wall. And he goes through the story of Magellan and the ship and how Magellan died in the Philippines, and they continued the mission. But there's some gold missing, and people stashed it and hid it, and no one's ever found it. Of course, if they found it, we wouldn't have had a movie to make. So now we got a movie to make. Like he said, the male version of Tomb Raider. But what they like about this movie more than Tomb Raider is the side character, Sully. Yeah, good old John Sully. So Sully, who's played by Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg was supposed to play this character in 2010 when they decided to make a full-length movie. They wanted him to do it 12 years ago. He declined. So now, with a chance to make Uncharted the movie again, he jumped at the opportunity to play Sully. Tom Holland's performance was good for what the movie needed. So as the story went along, his brother was going to have to do some time for breaking into the museum based on the movie, not the video game. For trying to steal a map, they get caught, him and his brother, and his brother runs away from the orphanage and everything, just goes on the run. And left his brother behind before leaving him this ring. The ring has writing on it, it's important, so he keeps it with him everywhere he goes normally. So, anyhow, with that being said, the ring is on him. He's feeling great. Got the ring. And as they are going along on these missions, he's starting to see now he's a bartender, um, working at bars and ripping off basically women who have the money to be ripped off. And this is how he's getting by, being a bartender. Now, Sully watches him and basically wants to recruit him because he used to work with his brother, and he wants to find this gold. And he knows he has one cross already. They need to try to get another cross from an auction so they can combine the crosses and use the crosses. And now they have another partner. She has the cross. Now, a lot of people were mad because Wahlberg didn't have the mustache and he wasn't like a old man like Sully in the video game. But that gets explained a little bit, at least from the mustache perspective later on in the film. But Tom Holland was kind of stuck in character, but this is what they wanted. They want Tom Holland to be like Spider Man. So he was like Spider Man. It was the same type of character, and I don't think he captured Nathan Drake, at least from what I've seen of Nathan Drake. Maybe this is Nathan Drake being very young, but from the video game, it's hard to get that kind of personality that they got from Tom Holland. He was crossed in between two characters when he was actually into the Drake role of being Nathan Drake. He had some moments where he was acting out on, being the character that he was supposed to be. Then all of that seems to be forgotten when there's an action scene. And, I'm just almost waiting for him to go, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Sullivan. Oh, oh my gosh. Shoot, gosh. Gee whiz." You know, and we're back to Spider Man. So, yeah, we were back to Spider Man over and over again. So, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie. I actually did. I thought it was entertaining. Um, I don't want to tell the entire plot, but that's basically it. They're trying to get this treasure, find the Magellan ships and where it was buried, and try to outsmart these bad guys played by Antonio Banderas and his team. But it's like, turns into Pirates of the Caribbean at one point. They even make a joke, um, actually called Tom Holland Captain Jack Sparrow. It was quite interesting, how things was done. Flying boats, you had everything. Guys swinging to flying boats, and I was like, oh gosh, this is like Jungle Cruise or something with The Rock. But it was pretty interesting, to say the least. I think it's worth going to see. No, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's watchable. If you play the video game, you're probably gonna dissect this movie a lot based on the video games. But as far as a movie, I watched it. I just would like, it's not, no, National Treasure with Nicolas Cage. Now that was smart. That was well done when they do the puzzles and everything. This was like everything was done too easy, in my opinion. They just quickly figured stuff out. But I think they're trying to do it to get to the younger audience. So Is it rewatchable? Yeah, you can watch it again. It's no problem. But I mean, I wouldn't break my neck to man, like it's a good movie. It's good. It's just not like, part two. They definitely making a part two. There's two end credit scenes, and definitely they're making a part two. I have no idea what a cat got to do it with Sully, but maybe somebody knows. They can fill me in later. But I will give it 2.5 stars out of 4 for Uncharted. That is my review. Thanking you. We out.